Hey everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Crafts. I've just got a quick tutorial today. I was asked to do a tutorial on a pendant that I did a while back ago that had a lion in the middle, and I did have it sitting out here and I put it up. Alright, here it is. There's a lion in the shield down here under some resin and a crown up here on top. And this may turn into a two-part video, I'm not sure. But on this one, I'm not going to do the mega flakes on the background. I'm going to be using Inka Gold. Alright, so what I've got is that shield shape. And I rolled out two pieces. I did my stamping texture on the back, texture stamp, and on the front, I don't even know if y'all can see it, but I stamped this little bit of architecture, little broken carved stone into the background, and I left the center without any stamping, and I did that on purpose. Alright, so let me get out I'm going to start with this green. And this is the yellow, green, yellow Inka Gold, which is just a wax-based acrylic paint. And it does need to be sealed. When you're done with the project, you need to put a sealer of some sort on the project. Alright. And look at me, still working on this glass tile when I've got ceramic tiles now, which hopefully y'all will start seeing me use more. Alright, just a touch of that copper. Alright, and then I'm going to buff this with a soft cloth. Okay, now I've got my Versamark ink pad, which is just an embossing ink, a transparent embossing ink, and a script stamp. Alright, and I'm going to use some of this Ranger Ancient Golds collection. It's the tarnished gold. And I just covered the whole thing. And I'm going to wipe off where it's stuck to the glass because of the static electricity. And then I'm just going to pour this excess back into the jar. Alright, I'll give you a quick look at what that looks like before I heat set it. Alright, excuse my heat gun, it's going to be loud. And I always heat it up off camera. It helps to keep from blowing your embossing powder all over the place. It does take a bit to melt these Ranger embossing powders, but it's really worth it. Just keep it moving and don't stay very close to your clay. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, did a pretty good job. As you can see, I actually got a bubble. And that's probably because I rolled my top sheet out too thin. I rolled it on about a 4, and I should have gone on about a 6. But once the once the magic gloss goes on top, you won't see it. Alright, and now I've got a Celtic cross stamp, and I don't know what the I don't know what the stamp is from. Sorry. It was gifted to me. Alright. And this one is going to be a little bit tricky to line up, because I don't want it to run off the top, and I want the bottom to be centered, sort of. Alright, and I did it in the Ranger Silver, and this is just a regular embossing powder. Alright. Now I could stop there, but I just can't leave well enough alone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to overstamp it. But I'm going to overstamp it where it's off just a little bit, where it will look like a shadow. Alright, and this time I'm going to use the Judykins, and it's the Rustique Patina Bronze. Ranger has a patina also, which has a bronze undercolor, I guess you'd say, but this has a bit more bronze to it. Alright, and as you can see, the silver is going to shine through. Very nicely. I guess I could let y'all see it. Okay. One of the funner aspects of embossing powder. Alright. Now you can see that gave it a much more rustic feel and not so metallic looking. Alright. Now all that's left to do is to put my UV resin on, and I will build the crown in the next video. Alright, and the UV resin that I'm using at the moment is it's called Ultra Dome under the blue painter's tape. It has a little hole in it right there where the freaking puppy got a hold of it. My little evil nemesis. And his name is Buddy, by the way. Just to let you know. And he is finally starting to learn. He's learned how to sit, and he's trying to learn not to bite or chew. But anyway, that's all that's left, is to put a coat of the Ultra Dome on the piece and put it under the UV light. Alright, and I'll do that and come back and show you. Aha, look what I did during the pause. Excuse the nasty paper, but I'm not changing it yet. You're just going to have to look at it for a while. So here it is out of the Ultra Dome, out of the light, the UV light. And so this is the Ultra Dome, and as you can see, it's pretty pretty. The difference I've noticed between the Ultra Dome blue painter's tape and the Magic Gloss is the Magic Gloss is thicker, it's a bit more viscous, and it shrinks back a little bit more than the Ultra Dome does. I haven't had to do a second coat on the Ultra Dome. Now, having said that, because it's thinner, I have had it spill over the edge quite a few times. So, yeah, it's a learning curve. You're just going to have to be sure you keep the piece level and don't overfill. Don't overfill. What I did on this piece was I started about this far in with the Ultra Dome, and then I spread it out. On this one side I had to put a couple of extra drops just to get it to fill up. And if you get air bubbles, just take a lighter or a electric match or whatever, and they'll just pop. If you just get it close to the surface, they'll pop. Alright? Alright. I'll be back in the next video with the crown part. Alright? Holler at y'all later. Bye now.